It is time for you to awaken, my child. Wake up! There you are. It seems your sentience has been restored. Allow me to introduce myself. Wait, stop. Calm down. Calm yourself, my rebellious son. I've brought you here to carry out a task that I believe only you are capable of doing. Complete this task and you'll be granted another chance at life. So take this microphone and tell the world about good fortune.
What's up, internet? It's Courthouse back with another video after a long hiatus, and guess what? I'm in heaven. I'm gonna be so real, I don't know how I got here. I fully expected me to be in the bad place, but fuck it, I'll take it. And I've been given a very special task from the great creator. Me and them are like this now. I know them on a personal level, and spoilers, she's a woman, and she instructed that I speak to you guys about the new movie Good Fortune. And if I do a good job, I get to go back to the realm of the living. I don't think I want that, but I don't like it up here. It's cold, it's just clouds and sky. There's no Wi-Fi. I can't do anything. Kingdom Hearts 4 isn't even up here yet. But since I did like the movie Good Fortune, I might as well talk about it, get sit back down to earth, and go have some tacos. Tacos. Wow. Good Fortune is a dramedy that released in the year 2025, starring Seth Rogen, Keke Palmer, Sandra Oh, Aziz Ansari, and Keanu Reeves. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's a pretty good movie. The movie follows a dejected and depressed middle-aged character called Arj, and it explores the difficulties he deals with day to day as a worker in the gig economy. You know, think of DoorDash, Uber Eats, you know, one of those apps that you pay people to do things that you can do, but you don't because it's more convenient if someone else does it. And the movie's narrative framing follows that idea of living life as a have-not, living life as a worker. We get to see how Arj experiences romance as a have-not. We get to see how him being a have-not and him being less fortunate directly affects his psyche, as well as how he interacts with the idea of money. Arj does have a love interest in this movie, and her name is Helena. She's a worker at the nearest Best Buy, Home Depot-esque store, and she's trying to start a union there. She's played by the one and only Keke Palmer of Southern Fried Rice acclaim.
This is hard to understand, but Black culture is the only culture I know.
Why the fuck would she sign off on that, bro? What the hell? And the two of them seem to have a really genuine connection with one another. They enjoy each other's presence. They are able to be in the moment, which is what life is about, essentially. Now, during Arj's journey during the opening parts of this movie, he is being monitored and essentially stalked by an angel called Gabriel, and this is Keanu Reeves' character. Before we talk about Gabriel's presence in the movie, I do want to just give a huge shout out to Keanu Reeves for his performance as Gabriel. He was able to give off that bumbling but sincere energy in a very heartfelt way that only Keanu Reeves really does. We kind of see that tenderness that's always been in Keanu Reeves and how his presence has existed alongside that tenderness throughout his time in Hollywood. We see that on display here. But Keanu Reeves in this movie plays the angel called Gabriel, and Gabriel's sole purpose is to save people from car crashes and car accidents that can be caused by texting or just being on your phone doing bullshit. Yeah, that one person who's listening to this video via CarPlay, you're going to hell if you text and drive.
Wait, what?
And God said it themselves.
Hey, chill out.
I can't speak on your behalf.
No, you're freaking them out. What's wrong with you?
That's not fair. The right wingers get to do it. But Gabriel is just like Arj in that sense, where they want to do more and have more worth than whatever reality is thrusted upon them. Through Arj's perspective, God made him poor and put him in the position to where he has to work in this gig economy. And when we hear from Gabriel how the angels operate within a system of hierarchy, it is clear that the haves, the upper angels, put Gabriel in that lower rank position. So here we have these two characters that are somewhat fated to just be failures and losers in this very competitive world. And I feel like through Gabriel's kindness, he was able to understand that similarity between him and Arj, and thus he began to follow him closer, ignoring all his other angel duties, but that'll come up in a bit. Arj eventually lands a job as an assistant for this super rich tech bro. And when I say super rich, I mean ridiculously rich. I mean, this shit is astonishing, stupefying. He has a cornucopious amount of money. a superfluous amount of money. I'm talking about dropping $250,000 on a watch that he's probably only gonna wear once, Rich. And this tech bro is played by Seth Rogen, who has stepped up his game when it comes to acting. I don't know if you guys have seen The Studio, but he's amazing in that. He was also a millionaire in that movie Dumb Money, so I think Seth Rogen has just accepted the fact that he will forever be typecasted as the rich and stupid asshole. And what ends up happening is that Seth Rogen's character ends up firing Arj as an assistant for using $300 on the company credit card. After Jeff fired Arj's car ended up getting impounded because of a bunch of late parking tickets that he just couldn't pay because he never had enough money. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back, because Arj ends up completely giving up on the possibility of there being any joy in his life. And in this moment of weakness, in this anger, in this confusion, Gabriel pops up, and Gabriel decides to show Arj that there is something to live for in his life. And the things that he ends up showing Arj are just not things that inspire confidence and make you want to live a life at all. And once that fails, Gabriel just comes clean with Arj and is like, hey man, I'm in charge of traffic tickets. I'm just trying to show you that there's more for you to live for, because
I'm overstepping my bounds as an angel. Do you see how my wings are kind of small?
it's a pretty selfish act of Gabriel, but it's also selfless because we see that Gabriel really does care a lot. So what he ends up doing is he ends up sending Arj to a reality where he has all of Jeff's money and Jeff is living the life that he is. Now, the reason Gabriel sent him into this reality anyway was so that Arj could see the problems and consequences that came with having that much money, and there weren't in it, because Arj immediately realized that all of his problems in life could be fixed with money. I don't know what to do today. Money. I don't know what I'm going to eat today. Money. I don't have anywhere to sleep tonight. Money. All of his issues that he was facing as a gig economy worker were immediately resolved by having a stupid amount of money.
Why did you do this?
He was a lost soul. I tried to show him that wealth wouldn't solve all his problems.
And?
It seems to have solved most of his problems.
And through his own way of trying to make things right, he ends up giving Jeff in this reality all of his memories back from the reality where he was the rich one. And I can't imagine a random person touching you on your shoulder and you just have memories and visions from a whole nother reality that no one else seems to be aware of. So now that Jeff, Gabriel, and Arj are in this reality together, the main thing here is to get Arj to switch realities back to the one he's poor. He has to want to be in that reality. Jeff isn't going for this at all. Jeff is like, hey man, if I knew you was living like this, bro, I would have done something. I would have helped you out. How about I give you $200,000 right now?
If you switch back right now, I'm gonna give you $200,000.
You spent more than that on one of your watches. You're lowballing me on your existence.
You live in your car. I thought that'd be a lot to you.
And this ends up causing its own series of issues. And essentially, the plot then becomes, can Jeff live how Arj was living reasonably? And can he be excited about that? Can he tough that out? Can he really experience that? Spoilers, he can't. Him or Gabriel can't. In this movie, we end up seeing a transcendent being, an angel, have to be a human and live as a human, and we see a tech bro billionaire have to live as an everyman. Two people, two figures whose whole identity is so far removed from society that once they're thrown into the proverbial jungle, it gets hard and the movie gets real, and it leads to this one scene that I think is acted out beautifully.
Fuck! Jeff?
Yeah!
What's wrong?
This is too hard, man. Like, how do people do this? How is everyone not just miserable and angry all the time?
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
And when I tell you Seth Rogen and Keanu Reeves perform their ass off in this movie, I mean it, because there's another scene, there's several scenes with Keanu Reeves as Gabriel that are just so real, that are so like that are so honest, that are so tender, that are so intimate. There's this one scene with Gabriel where after his shift, he's sitting down in a parking lot taking a beer and just basking in his depression and self-loathing for his mistakes. And his coworker Felipe comes up to him and gives him the probably sweetest talk I've heard a human being give someone else who's been down on their luck.
I want my old job back. I want to fix what I messed up.
Dan, let's do it.
You're a handsome, sweet man. I believe in you, but you're in a bad place. We need to boost your spirits. What are you gonna do tonight, after your shift?
I don't know. Why?
Let's go dancing.
And if you have friends like Felipe, if you have friends or people around you that care about you when you're in a bad way like this, please keep them around. A lot of the emotional moments in this movie hit, except for the ones with Aziz Ansari, because I truly can't see him being sad, depressed, dejected, melancholic. I can't see him being anything else than an energetic, snarky asshole, which he is for the most part in this movie. It works, but it does take away some of the emotional weight from some of these scenes, especially when his scene partner Keke Palmer is really acting her fucking ass off. There are several moments where Keke Palmer talks about that kind of heartbreaking reality of being a poor person and having to work and having to try to fight for this life in a world that doesn't want you around, in a world that's reminding you that you don't have the money you don't have the money that's required to be here. You can't afford to live.
What's your answer? Give up?
You're in a huge house with a pool telling me not to give up, to fight. How can I fight a giant corporation when I'm fighting just to get by? My rent went up. I lost my apartment. I'm sleeping in my cousin's car, Arj.
You'll never believe me, but I've been there.
Even if you have, you're here now.
And the lesson that Arj gets through having, the money and not being able to bond with this other reality version of Elena is that, oh damn, money just shows that I'm an asshole and I don't really care about what other people are going through, which he was kind of already dealing with in the beginning of the movie.
You happy with the work environment here?
No.
Exactly. We know they can do so much better here, and that's why I'm trying to start a union.
I'm just working here part-time, save some money, and then I'm moving on.
Okay, well, just because you're not going to be somewhere forever doesn't mean you can't make it better.
Nothing ever changes.
So what's your answer? Give up?
I don't have an answer.
Then the movie does a pendulum swing and refocuses on that community aspect, on how us being there for each other, how our talks, how us dancing, partying, those moments of reprieve is what truly makes us human, and that gives us worth and value to our lives. And that's something that billionaires can never have, right? And this ends up giving Arch his reason for living and wanting to go back, because he wants to tough it out. He wants to see where things go. He doesn't mind the future where he has to move in with his girl into their mom's freaking home so they can live until they eventually move out. He doesn't mind that he's gonna have a dog that dies one day. He doesn't mind that anymore because he knows he's with people at the end of the day, and he can be honest about that. And I think that message is beautiful. I do think the movie lets the billionaires off a bit too easy. So at the end of the movie, when the characters go back to their original realities, Jeff, as this tech bro billionaire, says that what they're going to start doing is they're going to start giving their DoorDash drivers, their Uber Eats people, we're going to start giving them benefits and paying them a lot more, because there's a lot more of them than it is of the billionaires, and one day the billionaires are going to get fucking killed by them. Just reading that plainly makes it seem like there's nothing wrong, but in a sense the movie still says that, yeah, some people should be rich. We should have rich people, and they should just, and they should do better by us. And I feel like that's a very gracious thing to give to billionaires. I do feel like them having that amount of wealth still leads to those conditions. Though that amount of wealth shouldn't be necessary. A lot of that wealth should be shared. A lot of that wealth should be given away. A lot of that wealth should be invested into our communities. But the movie doesn't tackle that from that perspective. We don't even see Jeff go to the taco spot at the end. We don't get to see Jeff go to that taco spot, that place of community at the end, or even give money to those people. We just see him investing in his workers. Well, and yes, workers should be treated better, but I just don't. I don't believe in a world where billionaires should exist, because there is no ethical reason that money exists. To have that much money means that you're screwing over somebody somewhere, somehow. So all in all, it was a pretty good movie. Gabriel got his wings back and was able to learn about humanity, experience humanity, and understand what it means to live and want to continue living, which I think it's very impactful to give an angel that story. Hey Chooms, it's Courthouse from the editing bay. And I wanted to let you guys know that I have to find a way to end the video right here, and I'm super sorry about that. I had an entire ending sequence planned, and a lot of that footage got corrupted, and also I just haven't been in the headspace to make that ending work properly, but I do hope this serves as a pretty good ending. Please go check out Good Fortune. It's a good movie, it's enjoyable, and it's something I feel like, you know, a lot of us can relate to, especially if you are a worker. Enjoy your day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.